you can cook here.
Well,
It's a safe place.
one thing that I actually really took from Sister Souljah and her interview at the Breakfast Club. Shout out to Angela, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, for getting these amazing interviews, right? So especially Sister Souljah, she hasn't spoken in about 10 years on microphones to be recorded. So it's been a while. And she just recently dropped her new book, which was her sequel, the reason why she was out talking anyway. And she hasn't dropped a book in over 20 years. So she was really getting out and having these conversations. And they were talking about communication. And she was saying one of the biggest problems in our community as Black and brown people is not communication, it's definition. And and when she said that, it really took me, by ear, because that is really what it is. It's not that we have a communication barrier, it's that we have a definition barrier. We define things based on our environment. We define things based on our own experiences. We define things based on our own educational influences, the knowledge that we have, the educational level that we actually reach. So when it comes down to the definition of words and feelings and emotions, that's where the barrier is coming in, because how we individually define these different words, feelings, and expressions. So I definitely wanted to do more research on that when it comes down to the definition, to really be able to reach people where they are. Because one thing that I do with Revive is I do my best to meet people where they are, but sometimes when I meet them, I cannot necessarily talk to them in a way where we are on each other's level. And then I don't ever want to feel like I'm talking down to someone, and I don't ever want somebody to feel like I'm talking down to them. So being able to define different words and define different emotions based on body language, because there's different types of languages out there. So being able to define different things based on different languages is definitely something I took from that conversation.
Hold on, T-Free. I had to because that's a huge topic. We not about to skip past that, because that's all I've been on. But what was you gonna say, T-Free?
I was just gonna, I ditto what she's saying. I think that not only the definition, but then also we have misunderstandings in terms of how people interpret what people say. The interpretation, definition, interpretation, all of those play in the parts why we don't communicate well in the Black community. Because what somebody says to one person, somebody may take it a different way, and then that's where the information gets lost, is interpretation. So I totally agree with what Sister Souljah said, and what also P.O.C. agreed with. That you kind of think, if you think back on it, that understanding where people are coming from is half the battle. If you can get that overcome, that people can understand each other, then the communication becomes better.
I mean, the one thing is, we haven't really had freedom that long. So the definition thing is so amazing that she said that, because some of this is, I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a lot of shows we doing over here. This is about to start to a whole network. So a lot of these topics, I go outside of what P.O.C. and T-Free give, I go come for what's on my timeline. Just being real. And I realized the magnitude of what I say. So I put something up recently, and I had said, is race a concept? Is it a real thing? Because going back to the definition, is race let me ask this question to y'all. Is race a real thing?
It exists, yes.
So go. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. This phone about to go on airplane mode. So when you say it's a real thing, and we'll get to P.O.C., but I mean T-Free, but when you say it's a real thing, give me a little bit more, because race is, it may or may be a real thing, but why would you say it'd be a real thing?
And that's why I say it exists. I'm saying it exists because people, are you saying the word race, or are you saying racism? I want to make sure
the word race.
The word race.
Because if you really think about it, the basis of everything that we know, every form that you feel, you put in what? Race. Is it a real concept, or is it just a facade? So that's kind of the question I'm asking. Not racism, but race itself.
Race itself, I do believe that word exists, and it's a real thing, because you have the human race. The human race is what it is. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. What do you mean? Why you saying like that?
T-Free, what was you gonna say? No. T-Free, what was you gonna say?
I was gonna add that it's not necessarily that it doesn't exist. I think what the issue comes in is how we have defined it in this country. It's not that it doesn't exist. I mean, race is a group of people, and if we are a group of people, are we a group of people as a whole, or are we putting people in different groups? I think how we defined it in this country has made it such an issue. But to be honest, I mean, there's only one race. There's only human race. We all are the people, and
to have
it's because we tie color to it or culture to it. That's what makes, that's where the ism gets added onto it.
So, and I want to have T. Can I have T Freeze back real quick, because it's not really how we define it; it's how we identify it, which is putting the stipulations on it. Because like I was trying to say, it's like the human race. Yes, it exists. That's where the whole humanity conversation and everything like that comes into place. And then we identify each human by the structures of gender, color, different things of that nature. So that's really what it comes down to be. Like now you even identify a human, whether a veteran or non-veteran, that's on every application.
Exactly.
well, I mean, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. We definitely need your help. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, we're on Twitch. We are on, we're doing this live. I will take the live down, but we're recording a live podcast as well. It's one take Dave over here.
Yes, that's all we do. Also, Legend, we live on the website too. You streaming live on Revive.com.
Yes. Appreciate all of you. Yes. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. But real talk, race in the umbrella of how the United States use it is a facade. How we have to divide people into their blood or things that they cannot control. That is a falsehood. There is only one race, is the human race, but to divide people in it is in a place of to put people in certain boxes, and then it seems every new day we have a new box. But the thing is, if the middle and lower class were ever to unite, anything they ever wanted, they can have it. It's more of them than in the 1%. But if I could keep them divided, if I could keep them at their necks, if I could keep them fighting, I can control them. I can either control or scare them or however way I want to do. It's like I said, real talk, we're not going to pull no punches here. So this show, the revolution, will not be televised. And this show is not for the faint of heart. And I'm not about to apologize by nothing. I'm going to say allegedly. And that's it. That's it. I don't need to apologize. We own this platform. So, no, but real talk. Race is not even...
Comes in. That's where the ism comes in. When we start putting people into different categories and, blocks. And
that's why I like that Sister Shoulders used the word definition. It's definition or illustration or, the concept or how you believe in something, how you identify. All of these things deal with self. And I see, this is why the synergy of it. I made this post today, I don't know if T Free saw it, that self-esteem comes from not from likes, but from within. And it seems like in the Black community, we're always running to external things to give us this pride. These chains, these cars, this surgery, this hair, this. But we already have everything we need on the inside of us. But for some reason, we keep looking to them when we set the trends, and we keep looking to them for validation when they know that, and they keep monetizing because of that. We make this great music, we don't own any of it. We come out with all these fashion trends. Like who would have thought that hip hop is the #1 genre of music in the world
right now?
But how many people own their masters in the field? We hear all these horror stories about what's happening to actors and actresses and young artists and all these different people. And please believe I'm not here for nobody, because they just canceled Pepe Le Pew. So like I'm not here for nobody being no creep. He was creepy. He was all up on her. She didn't speak though, but she was pushing him back. That wasn't consent. You didn't have it.
And they just canceled Dr. Seuss books too. They won't be reprinting no more Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah, I'm cool with that though.
it took this long though. It took to 2021 for stuff like that to happen.
We need to go get Tom and Jerry though too, because Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby. Like,